All right, this is just a brief introduction here to the Gizmo free response question. Much like the other ones, you have a choice of writing it out or typing. One thing that's different on this one is part C does ask you to do like a sort of a written explanation. So it's not really coding, it's just writing out how would you make coding changes. So if you are typing it out, right, if you're writing it out on paper, no big deal. You just write it out in sentences. And then if you are typing it out, you'd have to type it out in comments or something if you did it in the .java, or just use like a text file to type out your answer, in which case you'd have maybe a couple files to submit. But anyways, you can start here with the PDF, click on it and take a look. Okay, the first part is normally you have a Gizmo class, and you don't have to write any code in here. You just have to know how to use it. So it's a class, and then you're gonna make instances or use instances of the Gizmo class. It's got a get maker, an is electronic method, and then it has an equals method in there too. Okay, you're gonna be doing this online purchase manager that has an array list of gizmos. All right, and then you've got to do a couple different methods here. Int count electronic by maker, and they're going to pass in the maker that you're looking at there. So you have to do in part A. So again, you can just write the method heading out and write it right in the code if you're writing on paper, and same thing for B. Okay, and then if you're typing it out, you can make a Gizmo class. I went ahead and did that, but I feel like that's kind of not really needed. I would just do online purchase manager and know that it's going to have errors, right? Especially when it says this, you're going to get red errors. But the main thing is that you do the class heading, make the instance variable called purchases, and then you're going to use that purchases in your methods, right? So you're gonna do this method, right? Implement the code for part A, type out the heading, then implement the code. Same thing for B, type out that heading and then do the code in there. Okay, and again, if you are typing this out for part C, like part C, you're just doing like some text. So you could just do a little like super comment there and then say answer to part C and just type out your answer. Or if you want to do it in some other text editor, you can. And obviously if you're doing it on paper, you just write it out. Okay, so part C, if you look, is a little different. Part C just says, I want to talk about this briefly because we haven't done one like this yet, where it says just how would you make this change? Like if you wanted a method that's called get cheapest gizmo by maker, how would you have to change the online purchase manager class and the gizmo class? Like how would they change if you wanted to have a method that allowed them to find the cheapest gizmo by maker? Okay, so I would kind of follow the steps here exactly as they say. So I would write the method heading for it, and then I would identify any new variables, constants, or constructors that you're going to need for this, and then describe for each new or revised variable, constant, constructor method how it would be changed or implemented. Okay, including is it like visibility, which is like private or public, and then the type of variable would be like a Boolean or an int or a string or whatever. So I would follow those directions as detailed as possible. And you can even list bullet points here, I think, if you want to write it out that way. But for sure, do the method heading and then describe these changes. So that'll be a little bit different, but hopefully it'll give you a chance to try it in the event that they put this on the AP test. Okay, as always, turn in your work either here or in your Google Drive folder. Thanks for watching.